Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, a baby girl was born. Her skin was as fair as snow, her cheeks rosy, her lips ruby red, and her hair black as night. They named her Snow White, a child as pure and beautiful as the first winter snow. As years passed, the king's new wife, the evil queen, tall, elegant, and coldly beautiful beneath her jeweled crown, stood before her magic mirror each day, asking who was the fairest of them all. One day, the mirror answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." Fury flashed in the queen's icy eyes. Her beauty was no longer enough. Jealousy began to poison her heart. The queen summoned a huntsman, a rugged man in forest green clothes with a leather belt and hunting knife. With a voice sharp as steel, she ordered, "Take Snow White into the forest and do not let her return." In the deep forest, the huntsman raised his knife but could not harm her. Looking into her innocent eyes, he whispered, "Run, Snow White, run far away, and never come back." Tears filled her eyes as she fled into the shadows. Branches clawed at her dress. Owls cried in the darkness, yet Snow White ran on. Her blue and yellow gown fluttered, her red ribbon glowing against the gloom. She stumbled, afraid, alone, but still alive. At dawn, Snow White discovered a tiny wooden cottage surrounded by wildflowers. Curious and weary, she peeked inside. Everything was small, neat, and charming. Her kind heart wondered who lived there. Snow White, gentle and cheerful, cleaned the little home, sweeping floors and washing dishes. Forest birds and animals helped her as sunlight danced through the window. The cottage filled with warmth and song. That evening, 7 dwarfs came marching home from the diamond mines. Doc, their wise leader, grumpy, frowning yet loyal, happy, always laughing. Sleepy, yawning softly, bashful, shy and sweet. Sneezy, sniffling, and Dopey, clumsy but kind-hearted. They were amazed to find a girl asleep across their beds. When she awoke, Snow White smiled kindly at them. Her fair skin and ruby lips shone in the soft candlelight. The dwarfs, charmed by her goodness, invited her to stay, and she became their beloved friend. Days turned to laughter and song. Snow White cooked and cleaned while the dwarfs worked. At night, they danced together, Dopey twirling clumsily, bashful blushing, Happy's laughter echoing through the cottage. Peace filled their hearts. Far away, the evil queen once again questioned her mirror. "Who is the fairest of them all?" When the mirror replied, "Snow White, who lives with the 7 dwarfs." Rage consumed her. She vowed to destroy the girl once and for all. In her dark laboratory, the queen brewed a terrible potion. Smoke swirled as her beauty twisted into ugliness. A wrinkled face, a crooked nose, a hunched back beneath a ragged cloak. The old hag was born, carrying a basket of poisoned apples. The old hag hobbled through the foggy woods, clutching her basket of gleaming red apples. Her eyes glittered with wicked delight as she approached the dwarf's little cottage. Outside the cottage, the hag called out, "Pretty apples for sale." Snow White, ever gentle and trusting, leaned from the window, her fair face framed by long black hair. She accepted the shiny red apple, unaware of the deadly spell it carried. The moment she bit the apple, Snow White fell lifeless to the floor. Her hand loosened its grip. the apple rolling away. The old hag's cruel laughter echoed as thunder rumbled overhead. When the dwarfs returned, they found her still and pale. Dot checked for breath. Grumpy clenched his fists. Bashful wept, and Dopey covered his mouth in sorrow. Their friend, their sunshine, was gone. The dwarfs built a glass coffin and laid Snow White inside, surrounded by flowers. Her beauty never faded, skin fair as snow, lips red as roses. They kept watch, morning day after day in the silent forest. One morning, a prince, handsome and noble with short dark hair and kind eyes, came upon the coffin. Moved by her beauty, he knelt and gently kissed her lips. Light burst through the trees, the spell was broken. Snow White opened her eyes. Snow White smiled at the prince, her heart full of life and love. The dwarfs cheered, the forest sang, and the evil queen was never seen again. Together, Snow White and her prince rode toward the shining castle and lived happily ever after.